Who MPP for delegation to Obama Krana, Ghanaians in general, want to a baby amount. May catch yourself contest, so what to Obama now winning. Ghana for will present to her. May catch yourself 135% of the total vote of Ghanaians. MPP for Nakasa crowd won't bet to a bet yaw. Either they will not go and vote, apathy, and that's what to a bet yaw. That is a fact. I don't want to. May Cabro opposition, they don't have fertilizer, and a fertilizer breeding, and was some fertilizer to go outside, and why yes, and waba fertilizer bono I bet triple. The price has become about triple of what was being sold under Mahama. Talk to them. They say I know a young man. He alone has 30,000 outgrower farmers under him. It's a model, and the guy is struggling to get even money. So planting for food, you have not identified such a young man to even cushion him. What
are they using the money for?
I am telling you, if that young man alone is given just $5 million, which he needed from Exim Bank to ensure that he was going to expand what he was doing, because it's a controlled form of agric. He has them. So it is easier for him to recoup the money from them.
30,000
outgrower farmers, one person. He's in Tamale. In Timpacho of Southern factory, baby cry. You are a complete disappointment. What can incompetent and incompetence was our wedding a fatal. I can just about 1.5 years to leave the scene. What are they doing? This man should be kicked out of office. He is so fatigued. Age actually, he is so fatigued to work. Uncle Tre baby. Indeed, say Omangana be ya ifi nyina menewo na ebema omano akosona ayesenia etipepepe. Without my contribution, without your contribution, there is no way this country can progress. There is no way this country can see the development that they want to see. There is no way this country can advance as you should. But it also depends on myself and yourself, the contribution that we make, the heart that we have to push this country to move forward, the people that have been appointed in authority of government to ensure that things become what is supposed to be. Eno ene bema omano akoso. Na eno ho ene ba betwetwe nsem ewa ha no pay. Anope ye baya na eyasim titia ene se. There are people who have been appointed into authority, departmental authorities, ministers of state. Anyone I can see you, the president, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo has appointed them into office. Now, Udipa Bakwa Yadina Babisia Pawaso ne Yakan Wasem, Dr. Afriyie Akoto. Now, only current agric minister, Pacho wrote his picture for one of his pictures for me. Dr. Akoto, Ayubia, President Ab Pauna, Onona Oshe, in Semso Ewukrumwa. Now, or one tag be which nobody can take it away from him. He is described as the president's friend. President Owanamfu Bibrioho, but he is mostly described as the friend of the president. It means that he's a special person to the president. Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Papa we Odan Suman. And according to history, say ne papa. Emra no saro no ne Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo papa. Na why politics boom. Intino Bafo say Akoto, I think so. That might be the son. Ewo Kumase. Na woye boye mofrano. O se ne papa eko Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo papa ho ha. Sa time na Akoto say we Akoto Afriyie na okura nsa na ode ne ko obako de Akoto say em say ho na confusion wo no. Na okwa na okura nsa na ode ne ko ne nchen. Intino they became friends at a very tender age in life. Na papa we sunal papa na owoyobi owuskeye enti ono so onye opportunity se na Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ne papa de no ko UK na oko ye we Yahoo's. You are watching, I've seen you na o de no enso kwa aburichiri se na Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo papa de no ko na aburichiri ko school no pepepe na ono so de no kwa aburichiri enti they met in UK and when you ko school ho enti ho and ko school na wanya ni PhD in agriculture and waba. Until we think and we know, say, once he had this knowledge, once he is a friend, from a bosom friend from Nemofrasede, and by all means, I had a president who been Jidu say opportunity aba. Now, so also now down for Pano be president there. And then I saw also once on also winning dear wa Greek moon. so on so ordinary be ho na on so bua no na ututu anamo because the president is not agriculturist. Sorry, he is not an agriculturist. Akoto say no ye nti obi a odoba akoto bia no ese won so wonim die wo sai no nti ofo so wonim die e wo ho nti odna beto 2017 eno nya kwanya eno appoint no ko cabinet eno veti no eno be minister in charge of agriculture. Now there is one particular flashy programmer out our friend planting for food and jobs. Our president or run out send a bear aduan bebu oman cause yakoto tomatoes any jeni niade ayakoto Burkina Faso, which is not right because our climatical condition it looks a bit better than that of Burkina Faso because a holding a harsher condition than go off na say a wiabwa no say baby a shopa nti going further to Burkina Faso no na to say Burkina Faso di a hoshe da shopa nti papa enya akwenya say omeye osuafo a ohwe aduan so na ayobi ade say owo position no he was very loud mouth when it comes to agric on the NDC for mama ho na ota criticize one party. Everybody thought say he has a lot of nimdie and now say know how or no so the babe den or the babe boa na odi ebuma. And people thought say had so much confidence because mama ho na agric na nshana kwanim sa what is room but na kwanim sa people had confidence in him say obabe boa na na do dan kwekufu ado na eduan ebu ewukrumua Burkina Faso nka by this time na nke jai nyoma yetoto wo se jeni ene wo friend den tomatoes na nke jai to but planting for food and job buy no eden yehu afi akoba ne say eduan kura bu ya edin okrumua enti say if this is a special program there na nke ti say we inject iska no odukom na akuafo no dooso na eduan so bu na eduan bu a e makasa dodo e ba fam okrumua so obehwa ya okrumua okom amanfo klemu say omani mu edin. It is true kwatra kema baby otua 3 cities cry na otua 6 cities 9 cities and 10 cities ni ade omani mu edin otra kema na wo fele because me tafa trotro me tafa taxi na me tafa boat ni ade na ade cheaper kakra but ofa taxi na ofa trotro and na say in fact emu yesho baby otua 2 cities na otua be 5 cities 50 pesos nti emu yesho nti sa okoto aduan it reflect on aduan na wo tono nso nti na manfo start complaining nti ne feel say enko wabane de no ma be sisa kakra also na no ena okeka nsem bibiri nti na manfo nso wo sa confidence in him nti if something have been reposed in him, authority has been reposed in him na ye feel so ba be ye adwuma bi a ebema ehu ate kakra ama ye nyina but then na esi ukogwa aso ya tomatoes bu aiding ukogwa aso ya jeni bu aiding ukogwa aso ya ntoro bu aiding ukogwa aso ya borode bu aiding banche ebu aiding bibia bu aiding okrumua ti amanfo start so complain eburo a wodi mua wodi ye feed ma mua ti se nkukọ preku ani mua bibiri no afi eburo a no ton be 150 a bag no ti se no untumi nto me ye sure say du be 600 kra 500 to 600 a bag afi amanfo complain wo hwe tomatoes box sa tam miribi atwam kakra bi no na okwa wo ton be 800 120 ti se no ukogwa aso ya wo ton 600 and 500 nti ebede na amanfo nso enkasa se omani mu aiding na mra amanfo sati se wo kasa no oba out no beka si ono sansem na okeka no dokono ne bonya din ye eburo bonya din aduan abu na senka dokono bu akosoro na eburo bu akosoro anka ne yire beka kire no ko ne yire okogwa aso and we all want that say na wo yire na ntipan adui be 70 years ni achi wo yire obefa ayi wo friend basket no de akogwa aso yana ya betra fidisu ya na ye na twhwe mu kakra ya bu boss ya akwa akiri ono so na anu ye dinti no tambia no aba out no beka they say it has become a reality say indeed eduan boya yedin na no any aba no pay say papa we also person a president of the nation they say ohwe nipa wo so want to aba wo so sisi nipa buofu nipa organa ha na agric minister we wusu Afriyie Akoto doctor na okahubi wo so want to no so aba Ghana fun gina won want to no to aba menyeni so betumi nya be wo friend den even 25%. The anger on the heart of people against this man is so high. But Papa no uhu nanse asempa for multimedia asempa koye enya asempa Adom FM lady bi ofre no ekuya buachiwa yadom okoye documentary bi recently across the country. Now in fact na eya yoroho to the extent say some of the agric offices in Ukraine ubekọ na nipa kure ni wo table egu ehun nyina bututu. Some of the one district one factory we see because of raw material ntino adenaka esiwo because nipa ntumi nua noma na nobai wo de afidi sa noma ni nyina we ni akeka ni nyina boma no pay ani esi yede ba no pay ni aba be digest ni ahwe se papa we whether he qualifies to still be the agric minister ana se onya na akunya no hon onya nto no nko ana so onko so na onye ni oye no na also person be the president a se MPP fukura koto abaman delegation koto mana Ghana fo behwe no ato aman se wa ya ade ana na ne ekoso no wahu ana wate ana so ohu no ntin so nipa bi mu na mane ana eno na ye ba betwetwe ho nsem anope na ne yetene se bekoso no wo hwe sika aban de awura planting for food and job ma yenti ase ne yehu ne yenti a etise burobo yeden ogua so na buru kura short to the extent say one away young cocoa near the poultry farmers be decided say one poultry ni kura no was wujai na wonye bio because they are closing their a poultry farm down because a brew breeding feed breeding into no closing in down na yasema hometo kakra na yenhwe say aban edisika wura sa planting for food and job no anase on face sika bi enwura mu ye no odisika wura ma adenti na afi akoye chinchirin sa na akoye se biribia enkoso ewo Ghana kuru ani wiase a etimu yemi sa ehun se eyedenti na ma akoba ne sa na eno ene ba behwe ni adwendwene ho ne ya ye de akwa adwendwene ne ebisa nsemfue bi be ya bien ne ebisa bi na afi yakoye nim Dr. Wusu Afriyie Akoto agric minister ono ene ye de na to abenwa so adope ne edikan in 2017 Nanado Danko Kufu Adobai per a little research which had been conducted, there was an investment of $120 million from Canadian government because I don't know I had the pa and I had the pa. So also person we bribisa before say I had the pa between Abu Bia because we are seeing now a yeduan in Ukraine pa. Into the Canadian government invested $120 million what promises would be room. Now I believe say would be because one thing woman and woman country because Ghanaians are seeking for explanation for some of these things. The thing say, well yes, CSK will receive one receive as an American woman country $120 million and what do room Canadian government. There is another international organization, a bank, International Fund for Agriculture Development, IFAD. When you go to the official website, what the atoho say Ghana seeks $105 million facility from that particular organization or institution for planting for food and jobs. $105 million was seek from International Fund for Agriculture Development. What means a bank no one a special fund that one that asset to. The one speciality is so bua kuyayo Africa. Into Ghana government could $105 million if you want. When you put this in together, there are two funds in Kuyan, 120 plus 105. 120 plus 105. 522. That is $225 million. It's a lot of money, very huge. Esika ekwenimpa, very huge money. Very, very huge money. And there are a lot of money, sir, abem. It is also a Greek sector. I can say, probably over $500 million. Akwa $500 million, billion. Akura agrikim awo Ghana ha. I stand to be corrected. If there is anything to be corrected, somebody should let me know. Na eno ena yadwindwira se se sika nyina kwa Greek ma na afi eba ne den ena aduan boaye din okromwa eba ne den ena tomatoes a yakra fi Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso doesn't have any climatic advantage over Ghana. Say hana ye wo no ye no climate no one day better than us. Like I said from the beginning, so we travel beyond Ghana. That's how enter Burkina Faso. Me call Bongo this year. 2022 year, me call Bongo. On my tour across the country, I landed in Bongo. Now Bongo district, no, they share common border with Burkina Faso. Nti young colleague nimba akokro the bicycle, ena odi uremu. Or the bicycle, ena uremu. IFAD, International Fund, specializing providing funds for agriculture. Ena nimfo ni betosun. Won na woma Ghana fuska a year $105 million. Inti me colleagues in back on or the bicycle or transfer no the cross border no e call Burkina Faso. Now as you go deeper into Burkina Faso no when say condition climatic condition no very harsh e wo saa ho no no anu ye show. Inti sen ka odua de wo kra na ka Ghana kra no we are better positioned say odua de wo ha ke nkra ye no man e be papa crossing ye wo Burkina Faso no. Then so yaba ne den ena after 5-6 years ayeru komi na do dan kwakufu adobai no dey say ni suade hu a efefefe ibai aye planting for food and jobs na yeda sokra tomatoes if Burkina Faso na yeda sokra jene if Burkina Faso yade bia atwetwe so na eburo bag sisi no poultry farmers kura wonnya bi no ato se wo mpank wo de won obetiti won awirom na nko akoto nanso wonnya bi no ato na poultry farms wo Ghana ha biblesi okurusu one poultry farms down eba ne saying when we look at all these things contrary to that the agri minister has come out na wababe kasi government earmarks 614 million cedis into the same project which is planting for food and job. Abanga pesika pudu 614 million Ghana cedis o convert ko dollars a sika bibiri. Abanga twa eno nso sanko kogura planting for food and jobs. Say sika mabobo no $150 million wo friend and $120 million Canadian government and wo friend International Fund for Agriculture Development we na wodi aba no government in so 2022 say bian ayedin okromu no wo sa abanga sen twetike pudu 614 million Ghana cedis o sanu kwa kuwuram na me pa cho no odi ko wuram de dawo no ankasa afahin sika odi ko chiche free ana na wan fan chichen so kwan ben so no wodi sika man krofo no kwan ben so na aban benya sa sika no back into government chest enu ni asemfu ya pesi bi say the man has disappointed the president. A Greek minister has disappointed Ghanaians. He is a failure to Ghana. Or say Owusu Afriyie Akoto doctor. He is a complete failure to Ghana's economy. Because when him dede akoso okromu nyina no say okomede nkrofo na wayi dede na aduan okroma obi aka na no atom. This man is attributing okoma be kromu ano or the Russian war and Ukraine war. Me bacho mbisa Russia and Ukraine santo kwa na wokun ye mesa en hu paasi mo ati se Ukraine kura wo bombu won na one silos a wodi nua gumu no wo hye no kura no mo mesa se sankrofo no kura no wo ye dida na so komede won ana won ade bia bombu tu a won hwena no na pu wodi otu ogu won so Russia fo bombu won se won adan se won infrastructure se won military equipment baby a wodi won silos a wodi won grains egumu because Russia and wodua wheat pa wiase mo no of Ukraine. These two countries will provide huge because we Ukraine about 30% of world wheat Ukraine fu ni dua. Until when they are unable to supply wheat to the world. Brodo bedding. Yet to Kroma, Broda dance cocaine. Broda no ton 4 cedis and no ton 9 cedis. Oh, Kruma. Broda no ton 4 cedis and then 9 cedis. Kruma. Adentia. Yes, ye jotum. Say a Ukraine war no, and this hard naban. Ye jotum. Russia and to mean supply a EBM because what the Sansi not also. Ukraine and so Russia for Ako Blocko a Black Sea. Baby, what be export yakon? What one Ako Blocko? Anti Ukraine fun to me export to Bibi and Fanko baby. Neto so being silos in Ukraine for a store. Sa nuan wom eye wheat ni womun. What the Ujatutum Russia for deliberate worker on am soro. No do Uja kwhwimpu no ahye. This is what is going on in Russia as we speak now. Na yemi say hu a simple question. Say Russia and Ukraine are unable to supply wheat onto the world already a flour there. Then it definitely no. Wo kase brodo bu adin a justified me getum. Because you know wheat wa ya kra na de aba. Nti say a shortage ba pe ne bo na be kosoro. Nti getum. But yemi sa Dr. Afriyie mo mi sa ni si banchi awudua. Banchi awudua keke. A utumi she backyard kura banchi, utumi nya banchi dua. Yeah? My own backyard at Ebri. Me dua banchi wo ho last year na me dua banchi. Na wo hwe banchi me tu odan na chi a. Wo kura ho bedwuru banchi. Banchi me tu odan achi. Mo mi sa ayi Dr. Akoto si me bisa no. Se banchi ni dua kura eden. Banchi ni dua eden. Banchi we me tu wo me dan achi. Ewe buri backyard e bia da wose no obi be fu se obi a obi banchi bia kofa wo friend gogo ene ya ba beto banchi. Why don't you encourage nipa mo frɛ ya won abeya university fu ya won abeya wo nya adwuma bi anye? Why don't you encourage them? So I'm going to a plantation planting of your friends cassava in this country. Yet Kromane Kufuo be a special initiative for cassava. And what's a cassava starch with Kruma. And that's up a plant in a way. Egu. Where is that plant today? That plant in Egu. Because cassava is the best supply of what we are saying. You cassava because people are not encouraged to go into cassava plantation or planting of cassava. They are not. Into cassava no wonya banchi bi. Right? We hwe ntorwa we ntorwa medua o me yefi wabri. Efio wall nchen na me ntorwa we efiwo. Ntorwa be 2 se 3 na me de ye eyi kakra bi wo ho na me de anwea gu mu na me de ntorwa nsi mu 1 year down the lane hwe ntorwa etetew na tore bia utumi koso what to 20 akese ni bio utumi to 20 wo so do a whole week no aba bibire utumi to more than 30 wo so. Sometimes when I go to the mountains ntorwa kwa me shara nkoto ye di ntorwa no fie wa wensu yade akare bu yedin ana wensu yade anka yedin se oba encourage mofra no akum this ntorwa we ntorwa me na me gina hon obi mo be kese won se wo obi wo ho wo na da hon it is me na me gina ntorwa me tete won agriculture anyway yes enyo obi anu betumi akum but when people don't have much to do encourage them, strategize, and then encourage them, give them money. As government have been injected into the project. Nanke duemu. Enti says ke nyina ku wura duemu a duemu ana kuayoma. Ade enti na yesu okomo kuruma. Mede menti asio. Ade enti na yesu mitra kuruma na kisi yakra omu afi Taiwan. Yakra omu afi wo friend den China. Yakra omu afi hifa. Ansa na wo friend den baby a woku ntokoi Cambodia. Yakra omu fi Cambodia. Philippines ni ekra mu fio aden asasere odudu omon different ye wonoma bi wo ha climatic condition does not allow so be do a bit is a wheat yan climatic condition it doesn't suit the growing of a wheat in the system ba bi bit is a banchi brode amenkene bayire these are tropical foods ayankasa and yedien ade e okruma. So what should do as an agric minister? I don't think so by no or the nikura ko si bayire so si wonu ya bayire because of say bayire di odua ne da. But the fact is that bayire no odua ne biblia ene ebu. Adenti na wo agric minister you could not put any strategic plan on paper am waba fertilizer no to me ka bro opposition they do your fertilizer ho na fertilizer boy din and was some fertilizer do outside and we say ene waba fertilizer bono aye be triple. The price has become about triple of what was being sold under Mahama. That is what is the reality. The price of fertilizer under your leadership as a Greek minister, Afriyie Akoto doctor, the price of fertilizer has become about 3 times what was being sold under Mahama. And I remember sometimes what to be a press conference, no condemn, no criticize it. You don't understand. And then you alluded to the fact that was smuggled fertilizer out of this country. But the MSN has the situation changed? It has become even worse. And it is one of the reasons why a Bianson boy di Mukrumia. What to me now here? Na satam no was smuggle, you were not in power. Until no one was smuggler, no one outsider. Who are power? What do you do to stop that? So on fan for you no call. What if I play Mukran no kwa, what you see kotuka, and said what they could play Munuatu until I say ni pehu. What measures, security measures been out there to? So what nam car council ne kwa what the cross border no Burkina Faso Togo Benin what the cross border no them security measures and out there to Gwema e kire say so what the adeno kra fia no what kwa e ti say wonsu to me block sa no man neko because fertilizer boy dinti no am automatically aduan boy adin kromua. It is another factor. But men fan ko share Ukraine say Ukraine to quality and ama okoma be kromua a statement of absurdity. So we make a statement now as a Greek minister when him near I don't think I say to Krumana in Tokwesi Ukraine and Russia funtamentino or come be Krumia. Woman say who near Bancho a whole him so near a your friend brother when him so near Baida a your tropical fusa a broader Ukraine for what export your brew to other part of the country the world no. Sa brew Krunanos Ghana you do brewer. Your climatical condition, it allows us to be able to grow or plant a brew, a ukrumia. In the other internet here, now say I guess a Ukraine for a dear brewer brain and send it to Medidi. Is that correct? It tells you say we are completely incompetent. You have failed and you must resign. The man has failed and he must resign. Who's our president Eddie? I am a slow. Minimum nipaku to for. Look, when I travel across the country, almost every corner, I cry across posters and in the banners. Master, when we go to the northern region, when we go to the voter regions, when we go to voter unity, you go there, almost every corner be a bokon the banner boho. Minimum kanko of us union scanner or the yes hand cry. Because I believe say I'm not here MP cry or ne impetuous to cry Kumasen cry. I will cry a campaign nobre. All of a sudden, what mean sika, am out the top petit. Would be a banner across the country, baby abeku bi ehun or Titaro. All the regions, you will see this man's banner over there. Etitaro of a president Eddie. Na me bizao, wo a Greek ministry crowd the man and we feel potui. Now by then wababe your friend and president of this nation. How can we be? How can that be possible? One department within the structure of the entire structure of Ghana, what they are the crama who so we feel. Now you sorry so be president Eddie into MPP delegates won ko to abama what to abama we are wudia no aba be president Ghana fun ko to abama na be president Aputo hina paro oba to abama no aba president Okruma sa ambition na wona channel mpacho fa to baby kura na enya adwuma sa ambition fa to baby na enya adwuma it will not work and wash it fa to baby because what perform abysmally. You were a total failure to Ghana and you were a disappointment to the president who also appointed you. What disappointed you? Because President Nana Akufo-Addo had a good vision. Nana Akufo-Addo, he had good vision for this nation for appointing you into the Agric ministry office. Right? Or good vision. But we have disappointed him because he had that confidence in you. Now, why you now what buano? But unfortunately, you have disappointed the man. Why disappointing? And by extension, so we disappointed Ghanaians. So ambition our person who's over be president. But patch fat to baby cry, then yejuma. It will not wash and yejuma. Go Ghana fun to Abama. Who MPP cry delegates into Abama Ukraine. Ghanaians in general want to a baby amount. me catch yourself contest so what to about na wini Ghana for will present to me catch yourself 35% of the total vote of Ghanaians MPP for na kasa crowd won beto abetia either they will not go and vote apathy and that's what beto abetia that is a fact either say MPP for no beto abetia and now say won koto about the cry in part of sudden factory baby cry you are complete disappointment what can incompetent and incompetence was our wedding a fatal as we describe as an incompetent one. We are so disappointed and disappointment to Ghana. What disappointed will be now everyone say what has to do because our president did here. The president should have asked you to resign by now. If the president doesn't know, me say me to come baby out. Now planting for food and job and sometimes you baby any business because it's something that should be sprouting across the country. Una baby especially the northern regions. Na kwa hu da ho asase da okakraka wo koye planting food and job wo di kochengurem wo kochengurem nti ebi amakwa hu kakrakra na ehu 2017 ni ene nam kwa hu ye nam northern region ye nam baby a kwa na ye nam so enu na nam mfu na wo ho se mfu na da so ho he doesn't have any comprehensive policy strategy or ba bibia by this time so person ayini ya memman one advice I know one young enough na or a yibi or model view Nenquia or 30,000 outgrower farmers under him. So a person no subsidy there, then he must go into that kind of model. One person should manage about 30,000 people so that it could be fully controlled. It could be fully managed. What is come on? When him nipa or this come on? So what can na when him nisika nipa what no bana kwa come on? Any or kwa befasi or be no sika back. Yebisao, this is kind of topitin or come as soon as farmers will your back. Now, so be revolve with Canada, their mobia. What is this Canada command? Yes, we want to know and want to find out.
Midazipi, I thank you so much for the piece you have done on our Honorable Minister, Dr. Afriyie Akoto. I am sad because Dr. Akoto is not a kid. He's not a small boy. He has been around before Ghana had its independence. So from that time to the present moment, he should have known our problems.
And know better.
And taking his roots as coming from a man who was politically interested in Ghana's affairs. He is one person who should have been all along preparing himself for the position he today occurs. Position he finds himself today. In the OME there, he is performing at this level so abysmally. In addition, new education. What's our abari PhD in Agric? PhD in Agric, that puts him in a very good state to avail his skills and or whatever to the benefit of Ghanaians. It's a sad thing. I know Dr. Afriyie Akoto was around when a friend Achampong made his Operation Feed Yourself. We all know what occasioned that policy. Operation Feed Yourself helped Ghanaians to some extent. See, it started and then those of us, I remember those times we were kids. Everybody was told to have a backyard garden so that our dependence on always buying food from the market would be reduced. And it became something that ran through the whole country. I'm sure Dr. Afriyie Akoto was around those times and haven't traveled through all the regimes to where we find ourselves. I keep on saying that he has not done well. Especially when Nana, I don't know where the policy, who generated the policy, it could be Nana himself, planting for food and jobs. This is a very good policy. that given our environment, our soil and land and everything, the climate, water and so on and everything, we should not be falling behind in food security, in the provision of food in this country. There should be food sufficiency in this country, irrespective of other problems that may be coming from outside. It could be war in Ukraine, and between Ukraine and Russia, or the rising cost of living, global crisis, and so all those problems, external problems, could be there. But I'm saying that food sufficiency should be something that we should guarantee ourselves, especially people like Dr. Afriyie Akoto, an agriculturist, somebody who has gained a PhD in agric. It's only dawning on me that academic credentials do not necessarily benefit this country. Otherwise, what we are going through now shouldn't be happening. You understand? Some of us were happy when this man was appointed as the agric minister. So we were thinking that, one thing that he could do was to organize or draft those who have won this Farmer of the Year award, brought them together over the years. Bring this guy, that think tanks that can be tapped, bring them along. Now, and tap whatever they've been doing for the years that has guaranteed them those awards.
Because
to the benefit
of my greatest shock is that in opposition, he was organizing press conferences, press conferences, and he was criticizing and punching into the errors being committed by the previous administration, which is John Dramani Mahama. And per the statistics that were being shown, until you were sitting back, now after years, waba opportunity, some few years, waba no opportunity. So can't you sit down and analyze? Say, no one country minister now, you devise some means via, ube make sure say the right thing is being told to you. And occasionally even go to the farms. You go to a concentrated area like Akumadan, where they grow tomato in that large quantity. Go there, personally interact with them, find out their problems. You can sometimes even go to a place where cocoa is grown so massively. I don't think he has even been to the north before. You can go straight to the farmers in the north.
You have been there.
Yes, I've been there.
So you know what we are saying.
Yes, what I'm talking about, somebody might not understand me from where I'm coming from. But I've traveled widely across the country, especially in the northern regions. When you go there and you talk to them, they say, I know a young man, he alone has 30,000 outgrower farmers under him. It's a model. And the guy is struggling to get even money. So planting for food, you have not identified such a young man to even cushion him.
What are they using the money for?
I am telling you, if that young man alone is given just $5 million, which he needed from Exim Bank to ensure that he was going to expand what he was doing, because it's a controlled form of agric. He has them. So it is easier for him to recoup the money from them.
30,000
outgrower farmers, one person. He's in Tamale. 30,000 outgrower farmers. He's in Tamale. A very young man. He holds MSc in financial accounting, Masters in Science in financial accounting. He was the manager of MTN in the whole of the northern regions. All the northern regions, he was the head. Young guy. But when he saw the potential in being traveling across, decided, then he formed a model. So he has put together over 20,000 outgrower farmers. And when he submitted his proposal to the bank, Exim Bank, they look at it and they say, no, it should be restructured because modeling is so beautiful and it's workable. And he has records to show that this is what he was doing. assistant. He needed $5 million US. Out of that money, not all of them was practically going to the grounds in terms of planting. But he was going to build a factory attached to what they were doing as well.
Oh, okay.
Which they were going to extract. Coconut, granite oil. Because some of the farmers are growing granite and you also be buying from the field. Right? When you say only Guinness, what Guinness were Ghana? That company, brewery.
Guinness Ghana Brewery Company.
Yes. They even have an agreement, off-taker agreement with him already. Where they were going to buy millet in bulk from him every month.
Wow.
So it is a fantastic breeder. So I am asking, has nobody heard about this young man that he could be identified and be assisted? I'm saying that if you have a model in the north, if you have 10 of such models in the north, I'm telling you, why am I saying so? I'm saying so because one, so we are model, that's what we do tomatoes. You can imagine 30,000 outgrower farmers who are growing tomatoes. You can imagine 30,000 outgrower farmers who are growing jenny or onions. You can imagine outgrower farmers who are growing 30,000 who are growing a bro. 30,000. I'm talking about 30,000 farmers.
Granules.
Yeah, granite, everything. So not less than cultivating, not less than 10 acres. The list is 10 acres.
Wow.
The list it should be 10 acres. So you can imagine 30,000 people. And I'm saying that the young man didn't need $10 million. He needed $5 million. And even the $5 million, some of them were going to be used in building a factory. A factory. In addition to that,
processing
factory, raw material.
The raw material.
One of the most brilliant concepts that you can find in Ghana. This young man is there. Wallowing. Name answer man bo kasa we no. Ko bo busia ye hia we, ye hia land title certificate, ye hia we, kofa we bra, ko bo busia no de aye.
Who was asking him for those requirements?
Ordinary you call bank.
Okay.
And the one this one factory.
Oh,
yes.
1D, 1F.
Yes, and the 1D, 1F. This young man, and the 1D, 1F. This is a young guy. But I don't fault the bank who could not help him because who said they didn't have money. But I'm saying that Agric Ministry should be able to take up this. The Agric Ministry should be able to take up this.
Based on the amount of money that you have.
I am saying, looking at the amount
so far.
$120 million from Canada. Canadian government gave him $120 million, right? Now, International Fund for your friend saying agriculture development wants $105 million, right? The young man needed just $5 million.
Akoto should be investigated.
You understand? So I am saying that has nobody told this man about this young man. I am saying that if this guy could be tapped and they adapt his model, I am telling you, sir, within next year, there will be no food shortage in Ghana. I am saying it and I will say it again. I'm going to go to the north. We'll go to the field myself with him and I will have a special interview with him and bring him on board. We have to interview him. Missy, if they have 10 of such models, tomatoes, jenny, a bro, and one, banchini, I didn't cry the me and call a brony, I didn't find Kosahon. Right? Baby, it is a rice. Wapawonya Samudono, Ubi Albe cultivated beyond the least should be 10 acres of land, and I'll be to me cultivate. You better allow yourself to cultivate. It should be 10 acres or more. If you have 30,000 people who have ventured into agric in such magnitude, which not much monies are needed, I am telling you, I'm saying that by 2023 there wouldn't be any hunger in this country.
No.
There will not be any hunger in this country. Tomatoes, none of greenhouse, Maya, must say 30,000 farmers when you get tomatoes. Now Ghana, miss you being tomatoes enough in Libya as I export to outside this country. Tomato box, missing walk farm gator, what turn by 800 cities and 700 cities or farm gate, so that when it comes to the market, it becomes cheaper. Number two, when you have such models,
800 cities or 80 Ghana,
80 cities, 80 Ghana. Say, Oko, your friend saying, Oko, teachment here, Oko, Oko, what 150. Once one babeton 600 and 500 etimodin.
Look at the difference.
Box biano car charge or the back 15 series or the fitachment yaba a yakre 15 series or the fitachment yaba kumasia a 10 series box back bia or charge. Now what the aka ni 150 to 150 plus 165 to Accra. One box is 165. Uruku kumasia 150 plus 10 160 per box. This what be doing can krumia. What about no beton 600 series
a box.
A box. Definitely no kota no boy din krumia. All these things you can curb it because once you have set a controlled method of agric where you directly give the money to them and also it's easier for you to get the money back because it's under a direct control. Into what one or maybe all this can call direct. The one who has the model, who is the manager, or by this can direct, or to ya, what to ya know how to know their Akoto account, special account know their account, so that you can plug back the money into government chest. One side deploy scan beam, one side they acquire for flow. Say scan out the man. We will add this. Now we say planting for food and job. Now coach the seedlings or Udria, Sikano then with your back. What's Catadano? Why then with you?
So the PhD that he has obtained in agric education.
Yes.
What is it for?
Near for and or the yen. Near the bayan and no in Siciano.
What is it for?
And no in Siciano. Go to your friend, please. Look, there is a young man who was working at the fisheries ministry. But the number of France, my be interview had. He is into agric. Kwana kwahwe a year wa cultivate about 100 yes about 100 acres of a bro me dey bebe studio ha one person or she was here or drop on so I spoke to him last 3 days or drop on so currently as I speak kwahwe bro o say the next attempt no obey 250 acres of a bro say here no o she ho o she drop on so say I brought him into this studio and we interviewed him. I spoke to him, if you could recall. I spoke to him. It was just a rush program. Now this be na me interview. That young man, Obekayo Betra no kesi, a bro buba bedding, na payenhwe. Now was smuggle a bro out of this country. This agric minister came out to deny.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the young man came here and said, was smuggle a bro out of this country. Now made me permission a bro buba bedding. This agric minister denied totally. He denied. And then what about public advocacy? A bro buba didn't because was smuggle a bro out of this country. What measures have you put in place upon all your PhD? And I would check his annual man. What measures have you put in place security wise? And I do control his annual man. All these things might be looked into. The man has completely failed. He has completely failed. Now I am sorry, sir. People don't tell the president the truth. I am very sorry to say this. What is going on in this country? You could see that the president is giving a wrong picture. Now I am one to say up to now, Ghanaians are crying. The president knows that Ghanaians are crying. By this time, this man should have been reshuffled, taken over, just be kicked out of that place. Now could be me take over. And just also bit my Diana. I can just about 1.5 years to leave the scene. What are they doing? This man should be kicked out of office. He is so fatigued.
Yeah,
he is so fatigued to work. Uncle baby. Now we've been so met to yaso. This is what I'm expecting the president to do.
That paradoxically, he wants to be president. So where is he even getting? Where is he even getting his energy to? Prosecute a presidential agenda.
It's so sad. It's unfortunate. It's so sad. Mr. Banza, your last words.
No, I think that one thing I'm very sad about is Nana's. Sorry, on Fanchem. I am the order. His lieutenants are not working. Order. And everybody, when you go out, the things that they say about this man, when I hear it, I feel so much in my heart. I feel the pain so much because I know his heart for this country. No, I don't know unless you tell me. I don't know.
Every president in this country, he is deceived by statistics. But practically, things are different from what the statistics show.
But they have this, what do you call it? Statistics who's been generating the statistics? The Bureau of National Investigation.
No, statisticians. Or let's say Ghana statisticians.
But I think once in a while they ask that outfit to do those things.
The security agencies, they also do.
Yes, but they must be doing those things to be feeding the president.
I'm sorry. The president is being deceived. Because practically, me met to coin across the country.
I'm not doubting you. Yeah, I'm not doubting you.
The president, because
I know your passion. Far as this thing.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is that when even a matter comes up, the president will call the minister in charge and ask him. But practically, it is not true.
And worst of all, this man is his boyhood friend.
Yes,
where they've gotten to.
The president, a friend of the president. So it's rather unfortunate. I'm here to be here. I'm here to we should be here. Because but the kakra bit me can ya can. I'm here to you better also. Yauda, you better baby. Because could me birthday until I say me pray. We am what them when we be account. Compare more to be near be. I could condemn be are. Be account. I said, God, none of you have even wished me a happy birthday. To be account. Because enjoy baby. Everybody come na mo unim no what you then okay. Say ka outro paper scroll na beto me am say wish me happy birthday. We know him. This guy he knows. He cannot tell me that he doesn't know. Collins know him. Thank you very much Collins and Francis for being there as technicians to pushing this program. Nana Kwame is also on social media strongly doing what he's doing and the website, handling the website. We are most grateful to you. Na me aduma yaoda yabesang abishia o habio because yata ne go no map white bi ahye no map baby afa na makujimani me ko na ngonsu gugum so dia na majimani so map baby afa mi cheche mu nyina mu amaba Facebook a mo wishi me yi ne eba keke me kan yin kan mo aduani mu anan ke celebrate ba mama but the wishes on Facebook I'm even surprised because me I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't celebrate it. Me de mu nyina ase am ya do my person share you. Bye bye.
Shira